you. Perfect. This is the Rainbow Guided Playthrough. So, what is a Rainbow Playthrough? It is where each difficulty you do a different build. Now, there are some restrictions here. I cannot do the following builds. So, in normal, I cannot use Might, Holy Fire, or Zeal. And in Nightmare, I cannot use Thorns. Or, sorry, or, this is all normal, excuse me. Or Thorns. In Nightmare, I cannot use Concentration, Vigor, Blessed Hammer, or Fist of Heaven's Holy Bolt Conviction. And in Hell, I cannot use Fanaticism, Salvation, Holy Shield, or Smite, or Blessed Hammer, Concentration, Vigor. So this will be Season 3, and I have to come up with 3 new builds for each difficulty. So, options are, let's see, let's see. We can start with maybe Smite. No Might, no Holy Fire, no Thorns. So that knocks out all of the like 3 offensive auras there. The first one we could use is Blessed Aim. So we could just do like a Blessed Aim charged in, maybe? Smite, Blessed Aim, charge, and then take that into hammers. Because Blessed Aim is a synergy for hammers. And I don't get to respec in normal. Thanks, Shorty. So that's an option. Thrill House, Sarek, and Shorty, thank you guys very much. I can't Zeal, but I can charge. So that might be our normal build. And then we can go hammers for late normal. We can level a lot there. And then we can figure out what we want to do in Nightmare. Nightmare, we do have Zeal available. So maybe we're like a Tesladin or a Holy Freeze. Kind of my thoughts. Yeah. Holy Bolt normal. Oh, we do have Holy Bolt available in normal. The problem is Holy Bolt doesn't do really much. And I guess you go there. I can't really do anything in the Maggot Lair with Holy Bolt. So I would need like Smite or something as well. Now, the good news is, you know, Holy Bolt is decent in like Act 4 and 5. Not really that great in Act 3 though. It's a you can be on different trees, but then you can't, you know, you can't do the same skills. So whatever build I pick in normal, I also can't do in Nightmare or Hell. So we're really running low on builds. So that's why I'm like, maybe I think Tesladin or Holy Freeze is my Nightmare. And my Hell, we will go with... Oh, I need a mace. No, we've already done hammer, so hell will go Fist of Heavens.
Welcomes you.
449, and we'll go ahead and put these in there. Let's get some damage. I have not done Fist of Heavens in hell. I did Fanaticism with Smite, Salvation, and I did Blessed Hammer. So we do have Fist of Heavens available there. So, okay. So that just means in normal, we're deciding between those ones. Yeah. Also previous runs. I do like the idea of Holy Bolt, but I am concerned points in Holy Bolt will be wasted because, again, we don't get to respec out of them, and that is bad later. So I do think we want to go hammers in normal. So I think the Blessed Aim charge is the way to go. I think that is probably the best way. Yeah, because I need to save my normal respec for when to go over to Nightmare. So I can't use a respec middle of normal. Right. So Smite's interesting, of course. You're trying Fist of Heavens in hell. Yeah, the big thing will just be like getting to bosses, probably. Because there are many places where you're just gonna have to telepast. Paladin was the first character you played. Mine was Barbarian and Necro. Barb online, Necro offline. I can advance to the next difficulty whenever I want. So I'll probably level a little bit with hammers.
Paladin was my first class in D2. It has remained my favorite class in all games from WoW to D&D.
Thanks, Kyrian. Thank you for the 19 months. First class I beat the game with was also a barbarian. Just like a solo self-found. Took me like a month. Yeah, we have level 6. I still don't think we're getting any skills though yet. This one's a little bit rough. I could put a point in sacrifice, I guess, to get that damage. Why not take Yellow Cat? Eh.
My duty here is
Really
done.
want, I'll go grab it. There's 2 of them. I'll grab this one. They're like, you know, whatever. You guys in your spots. Alright, so let's see. Again, we can't take any of
The shovel was a
these.
groundbreaking invention.
Holy Bolt, I do need to put a point in at the very least. Thanks, Binary. So we can maybe just use a little bit of Holy Bolt. I can't be a zealot. I won't do anything there. A point in charge will make sense, so we'll get a point in smite. I guess I could use like prayer or defiance on my way to vigor. Something like that. And then we'll go Blessed Aim eventually. So we'll put a point in might, but we won't use might. Okay. And oh yeah, point in sacrifice, right? That goes to zeal. I don't need that. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's just smite then.
Hi.
Let's go get a shield. Sure. Only 2 to 3 smite. Not great. Okay. So, oh, so good. Main damage skills, like I say, will be hammer for normal. For nightmare, we're probably going Tesladin or Freezedin. And then for hell, we will, I don't love this so far. Need you to cut down for me. You're not going to. Will be conviction. Freezedin? You don't think that's a real build? Totally a build. Everybody calls it that too. Huh. Well, hold up. Now I'm a little confused. Is this not gonna go there then? Oh, I get it. It's actually really funny. Well, we got a boss group, so I'm happy. Map reading -2. Yeah, kind of. That is gonna curl up, and this is gonna go down and then go there. And part of me is like, maybe it's fine to just dump a couple points in Holy Bolt. It'll tank our damage a little later, but having a nice Holy Bolt is so good. You're hyped after yesterday's world record run. When will they return? We'll do this, and then we'll get back to them. The biggest thing I can say about yesterday's world record, but also just like in general, is I really feel like I improved in my running over the past week or 2 weeks. I feel like that's just a lot has improved there. Just my average pacing was just so great. Wow, that goes 16 to 24 from 8 to 16. Wow, binary. Does this not count as using Holy Bolt in normal? Yeah. So I won't be able to use Holy Bolt later on, but I'm not using Holy Bolt. I'm using Fist of Heavens. So I just can't use Holy Bolt with it, you know. I can still, you can always get synergy points and whatever stuff, but you just can't use it. Rainbow Paladin is different builds. Every difficulty. You know, I do want more energy later as a Hammerden anyways. You're... What? And let me try and think what I'll need. I may want more strength. So we can carry like a little bit bigger weapon and charge. Foe is terrible versus bosses while Holy Bolt destroys them. Yeah, but we're gonna have to just use Foe. So it's just gonna be a little slower. I could also find some other skill to use against bosses. Yeah, I could just like find a black or a strength or something and then hit with some skill that I haven't used before. Do I like answering the same question over and over again? Yeah, it's okay. Oh man, I feel like I might put one more point into Holy Bolt. I know it's like not a perfectly ideal build, but basically we'll double my damage here and that'll be really useful. For leveling in tower. Okay, here we go. I can use previous builds, but not in the same difficulty, precisely. Did I find the waypoint already? No, it's right here. Cool. It's nice. Yeah, I can't use Holy Bolt in hell.
This tower shall be cleansed of evil.
Nuzlocking the Paladin builds. I think that is what I'm doing. I'm not an expert on that term, though. Oh, I'd like another point, but it's okay. So much good experience. Juicy, juicy. Okay. Gotta try and think what I want to charge with. Guess it doesn't have to be a lot. I can actually move through with this for the most part, now that I think about it. Oh, cold enchanted archers. I'm just gonna pass. Sometimes you just say no thanks. Nice, double boss. Oh, he's cursed. Oh, that's fine. We didn't have the shrine anymore. Have charge now, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna play this through. We'll use charge just for like general charging. So I do want more energy as well then. You ever tweak your neck playing goalie? Not playing goalie. I generally would just tweak my neck. You know, when you're sitting there and you're like, huh? Ah. And then you're like out for 3 weeks with a tweaked neck. That's always how my neck gets tweaked. But when I'm actually actively playing goalie, no, I'm fine. It's, you know, all the crazy movement. Totally fine. Just the trying to do any normal movement. Miserable. How is that guy not taking any damage? That was weird. Honestly, you just gotta like massage it out and ice it, and it just takes a while. It's one of my like least favorite injuries. That and my back, man. Alright, let's go down to players 1. Not even close.
Your blood will boil.
I disagree. I would love to put more points into Holy Bolt here, but
Good day.
Hello.
ten FCR is really nice.
Good day.
That's whatever. Trash, trash, trash. The only 2 builds in hell, not a lot of the ones used in normal nightmare. The ones used in normal, nightmare, and the previous 2 times that I've played through this. So I cannot do a Holy Bolt hammered in, a Fanaticism Smiter, a Tesladin or Freeze It In, whichever one I end up doing. All of those are going to be unable to be used in hell. Yeah, right now we're just on the slow train to getting hammers. Kind of just doing whatever we can on the way. Because I can't respec in normal. So we have to kind of save some skill points. Reminds me of how Diablo 2 used to be before respecs came in. Remember playing Cold Sorceress when respecs weren't a thing? You were like, no, God, I have to get all the way to 24. Glacial spiking and ice blasting your way there. Ugh. That was pain, man.
I am overburdened.
It was when mana potions weren't sold, but also when mana potions were sold, I'm pretty certain as well. Now, not quite. Not quite. Yes, each difficulty will switch builds.
Good day.
It's a female tennis match.
The Order welcomes you.
They really go hard with those things. Okay, we'll go there. Alright, 15. Oh my gosh, these barrels are horrible here. What sucks is I don't get stronger as I level. Because I'm not putting points into Holy Bolt. So each boss still takes a long time to kill. That's okay. We just got to get to 18. We are already 15. So we're closing in. Yeah. Waiting for hammers.
I am overburdened. I need money.
Let's get our Talrun from tower. Hopefully we can be around 16 and a half to 17, and then 18 should be just around the corner. Couple extra points wouldn't be terrible. Hammers will wreck. Yeah, but I should have just done it sooner then. So at this point, we're kind of all in. Like, it's not that bad. It's bad, don't get me wrong. But we're still able to actually kill things. Thank you, Binary, for 64 months, by the way. Room. Ral Ith. Is that our second or third Ith rune? What I need to do is just go replenish my strangling gas. That's more important.
Moo.
Tennis match. Akaga card.
Good day.
2 Ith runes.
Yes?
Thank you, Texter, for the Prime 5 months in a row. Very sweet. Shout out to everybody who is a sub. Thank you guys for your continued support. And a reminder, there will be a Manverse stream on Saturday. If there's anything you think would be fun to do for the MVS, let me know. Thanks, Milhauser. What do you guys think would be a fun, if we want to, you know, stylize it in our own unique way? Yes, we did end up getting the record. Slower than I wanted, but I'm still very happy. I mean, I'm just really happy that despite like a little bit of rough Act 5 maps and things like that, I was still able to pull it out by getting a 5-5 on the wave skips to do so. That was really encouraging. Something with Kano's picture obscuring the screen. Oh my god. Zero FCR sorceress. Huh. A sorceress, but with limits. Maybe it's like as we go up in levels, her limits get worse, you know? So if chat's level 1, she's unlimited. If chat's level 2, she can't go above the 105. If chat's level 3, she can't go above the, you know, whatever. But we could start it like lower than that, obviously, because I'll never be hitting 105 in MVS or anything. What kind of cologne do I wear? I don't wear. You think I can afford cologne? You think I pay for cologne? I'm too cheap for that. I find whatever is the cheapest deodorant. Put that on. It's S. Alright, we got our towel. There's 3 F's.
Good day.
The Order welcomes you.
Lose 5 levels every time you, after each act. Well, I want to keep it like simple-ish enough. I wonder if there'd be something for there's not any experience here. 327 does. Maybe these guys. Like, I wonder if we did a randomizer MVS or something. Like a higher density. That could be interesting. Oh, it's because... Okay. Yeah, 327 has norm source.
Even the light cannot pierce this grating.
Like that could be fun. Just have to figure out what settings we want to use for it. Is it Barber Source I'm gonna try through next for record? Kind of both. I feel like I wanna do some Barb, but then Sorceress I'll like mix in between. Kind of is my thought, or vice versa. Speedrun.com has the record list. Yeah, the long jail grind like setup, it can be a little too tedious sometimes. So then you're like, okay, I need a break. I really just need 18. It's gonna be a little slow.
This is no place for a warrior to die.
At any point in Druid, or does Kano have too much invested? I think I have second place in the Druid. Maybe third. He's got a really good Druid time, but we could maybe try and go rush, run some more Druid. I think it's actually a little worse than... Like, I think we looked at it recently and we're kind of surprised. We were like, wow, there's actually some room on it still. So I do think the Druid has potential after review. Never mind. I'm not gonna. That'll take way too long and be brutal. So we could look at Druid running at some point. I have not run a ton of Amazon speedruns. Definitely one of my lesser played classes. Alright, 18 is around the corner.
There is great evil here.
As is our exit down there, but... best skills run Sorceress. Definitely think I have decent Sorceress skills. Oh man, this is the final final bit to get 18. Oh, we got fallen. Here we go. 18 coming, baby. Let's go. We did it. Oh, wait, we're not respecking. Okay, so point there.
Good day.
Point there. Do I want to go into Vigor? Or do I just want to jam Blessed Aim? Tough choice. Tough choice. That's 3 wasted. Let's not. Let's just go here. Yeah. Too many points wasted there. Like, Vigor's nice, but if I was going obviously like later than normal, I would 100% do it. But since we're not. Okay. Grab a couple scepters to roll. Viger. Oh, okay. And that's good. Oh, we have damage. Yeah, and then we want to go get the imbue as well. Maybe. I mean, I left the TP and then we abandoned it. And I mean, it'll allow you to check like one time or whatever, binary one or twice, once or twice. Right? Oh, you're saying every time you quit the game it does that. Yeah.
Hello.
Even the light cannot pierce this glow.
I guess because we have charge, we can just charge to it really fast. Oops. Just a few seconds.
This will help the sisters turn the tide against evil.
Good day.
Oh wait, I need a white scepter.
Yes?
We'll grab a blue one as well, because we should have 1 or 2 more rolls possible.
Greetings.
There we go. All right. I almost don't want it to be like plus to Blessed Hammer just because save it for my speed run, you know? Okay, 3 to cleansing. Save it for my speed run, please.
Greetings.
Dump all that.
What?
And 2 to life. Sure.
Good day.
We'll save that.
There's nothing the right portion can't cure.
And 2 to Blessed Hammer, but it costs 96,000. Yeah, I can't afford that. Okay. Sounds worth. Totally worth. Just need to find an easy 96 thou. Find our waypoint. If I had to choose between +2 Blessed Hammer and Telly Staff, what would I take? I mean, Telly Staff is still ultimately better in the long run, but to start off right now, I would just take the +2 Blessed Hammer and then later get the Telly Staff. But if I have to do a Hell run without a Telly Staff, no chance. Yeah, for sure. Alright, hopefully there's a waypoint up here. Cool. At least my gear is not broken in any capacity.
Greetings.
Ow. Charges are not skills. Why do you leave a TP and not go down there directly? So, I call it forward-back strategies, but, you know, you can call it whatever you want. The idea is, why would you... This is annoying. If you immediately go down there, then you don't have any save points, so then how do you get out? Right? You have to run all the way back up the Halls of the Dead. Whereas if I just drop a TP, then go down, then come back up, well, then now we're doing great. It's a really, really annoying boss group. And just like everything group in here right now. So you always want to be, I mean, I say always, but, you know, as a speedrunner, everything is about, like, trying to be as efficient as possible. And so if I ever have to run over terrain that I previously ran on, generally that's a waste of time. Now, there are exceptions. But in general, I want to avoid doing that as often as possible. So the more you can go get a waypoint, generally, again, the better off you are. I really like 19. Very close. Every like additional point you can get in Blessed Hammer early on is worth so much because your damage at level 1 is actually kind of bad. Now it's way better than what we had, but it's like not that good to start. But after a couple levels, then it just really takes off and becomes ridiculous. So maybe we have a Beetle Burst farm. No. We have beetles, which are a good experience. Now we can also roll some scepters, try and hit some plus Blessed Hammer. Huzzah! Okay. Ow. Jeez. Alright, so we got that point there, that point there, that point there. Oh wait, this does go to the Lost City. Wasn't even looking. I was looking for Beetle Burst. Nightmare should be conversion. I'm scared to botch my run, you know. I haven't done conversion through Nightmare before.
My way in this accursed place.
What if it's just like absolutely terrible, you know? Faster Paladin
Which
or
do you hate
Assassin?
hearing more? I am overburdened or I am out of mana.
Probably overburdened. Then you gotta go into your inventory and do a bunch to figure out how to move it all around. Thanks, Crodman. I do not miss Charge being super buggy and awful. Assassin speedrun, I believe, is a little faster than Paladin, if I'm not mistaken. But they're kind of close, I think.
The light can never be extinguished by evil.
Good day.
2 to Shiver Armor, 1 to Telekinesis.
Good day.
Okay. Let's do some rolls. Not that one. 1 to Defiance. 2 to Zeal. 1 to Vengeance. 1 to Vigor. Okay. Unfortunate. No blessed hammer. But those will all sell decently, which is nice. We can maybe, if we want, shop a blessed hammer later on. Or we can just leave it and not. Just level a bunch instead to gain all of our experience, you know, that also works. Whoa, that looks like it's there, but that would mean... No, okay, it's that map. Okay, cool. There's like 2 that have that. I guess I should have thought of that. I've done Pacifist Paladin, yeah. Fun one. Yeah, like I really enjoyed Pacifist Paladin. I would do it again. Salvation plus vengeance. Yeah. Right. Another point there and here. Alright, so now our hammer is like tripled in damage. Much better. Need a check, man, that explains rainbow. Does exclamation mark rainbow not explain it? Gives a clip. Learn along with the clip. Do a live speedrun, let's go.
Moo.
Oh. Thanks, Viking. Paladin and maggot layers. Rough. It's so rough.
Hello.
He is not made for this.
Hello.
When 2 paladins love each other very much. No, how do we explain this?
Good day.
Maggot lair was designed to be as annoying as possible. You know, I love the maggot lair. It's grown to become one of my favorite areas in Diablo 2. Because it is different from other areas, which Diablo 2 does a great job of doing. A lot of the areas in the game don't feel the same. They have different widths and sizes and everything, right? They feel much more unique than what you get in many games nowadays. But with Maggot Lair, they were totally fine with just being like, yep, This is the maggot lair, and it's gonna be narrow and brutal, and that's it. And then, but it's just one area, right? And that's what makes it great, is it's not the entire game or many zones or anything. It's just one area. And it just adds a really nice variety. The only places that really feel the same are Act 5. Yeah, which is why Act 5 is a little bland, to be honest. Too many of, you know, all of the, from the Ariat or Frigid Highlands all the way through to like Ancients. Feels like there's two zones actually, and they just kind of repeat over and over. So it is definitely not as good as opposed to what many of the other Acts bring. How they shift around and stuff.
I can't carry anything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the idea behind it is like you're just climbing the mountain, right, and stuff, so, you know, it's like alright, but it feels like there could have
Where
been
can I take you?
more, yeah, like a cliff zone or something, you know, there could have been like some really cool things they could have
This
put in.
surely is the product of a twisted mind.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about, yeah, like the actual is cool, you know, the story and all that. I'm just saying from purely a level design standpoint. Okay, second way.
I am overburdened.
See ya. Nah.
I can't carry it. Rest in peace, tortured soul.
Try and get some cash flowing.
It is an honor to serve you.
Faster unlock? No. 18 lightning res. And we have 40,000 gold, which is nice because we also have a bunch of things to sell for gold, so that's solid. Yeah, the lore is actually pretty solid of Act 5, and I think the game's lore is pretty good overall.
I can't carry anymore.
A quest that made you defeat a boss in one of the red portals would be neat. Yeah, give me more reason to go into those. It's just like, take me around the world more than dead straight.
I can't carry it.
Alright, let's go murder Duriel really fast. Yeah, at least they're higher level areas now, but still not enough mobs in there generally. Should you always get your first spirit on weapon for Paladin over shield, or is shield better first? You can honestly do either. We generally do the shield first, but the weapon's also solid. The reason is because you can always get a 20 FCR wand pretty easily. So that can just be like a nice, you can get really some high FCR super quickly.
Impossible.
Hello.
We are the villains of the story. Carbot definitely makes me feel like the villain sometimes when I watch. I'm like, well, don't show it like that. Here, let's change that guy out. They're just like sitting there having a nice day. We just come stomping in, wrecking everything.
Hello.
I think Act 2 does a decent job of like varying up really well. I always loved Act 1 though. I think Act 1, just the different spaces and areas within it are amazing. Yeah. I guess I'm just looking for Telestaff. And looking... Okay, fine. They put a lot of care into Act 1. They really did. Again, just like look at all the different, you have your outer zones, and then like even the differences of like the stony field versus the dark wood, and you know that. Then you've got, oh my god, I never made stealth. I knew I was forgetting something. Then you've got your caves, you've got your crypts, you've got your, you know, catacombs, all sorts of stuff. Just like, it's really nice. Wow, Cougar. Get out of here.
Oh, hi.
No, I love the Dallas Cowboys because they're my home team, but they also
What you need?
got 5 Super Bowls. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it sounds like you don't know what winning is. Right now I'm putting together, we have a dynasty draft coming up. I'm trying to put together my team.
Perhaps I could trade this for something more valuable.
It is, oh, that torch tricked me. Difficult. I'm trying to figure out where what picks I need to get and where. John Cena does something with his fingers. Oh, that was kind of weird. Okay. Did not see it underneath me. Alright. This is probably just spider and nothing else. Not even spider? Wait, where's the spider at? Oh, it's because I... Oh, so the spider's right here. That's annoying. One of the few problems with cutting through. Alright, well, let's go Great Marsh. Dang, these boys are tanky. I really could use plus to Blessed Hammer. One, two, three. And flare. I should maybe put some Rao runes in a helmet. Not like crazy important, but could be okay. Yeah, new build, every difficulty is rainbow. Scepter.
I can't carry it.
Tutor resist lightning. Not quite.
I am overburdened.
No amazing rolls yet on anything. This is nothing here. This should be the dead end. Yeah. On these runs, it's nice to like go through and check those things because it's not speedrun. So I can just like go through and verify all of my reads and get good practice. Assassin has the best voice acting. I feel like Sorceress is pretty good voice acting too. I don't know. I feel like they all do. Just like high quality. High quality all around. Do I still have my LOD accounts? I mean, I don't like keep up with the characters or anything, so if the character is expired, then they expired, you know. But otherwise, you know, I haven't done anything to remove them or whatnot. So. Exactly, binary. Well, now I'm more confused about the spider forest.
Good to see you.
No, oh, I think I know. Okay. Okay, we're almost 24, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ship gems. So we can just roll a couple more scepters if we want as well.
Good day.
Teleport, teleport. Let's go get a couple of them. Do you still have your lot accounts? Do people still keep up with those?
Well,
I mean, I'm sure some people are still playing LOD, but... To the Holy Freeze. Okay. So we've got money. Reset. Yeah, different build, each difficulty. Oh, I need to talk there as well.
good day.
The voice acting for the barb is great.
Greetings.
Tally staff, tally staff.
Good day.
Let's see what we can get. Nope. We can buy like a little bit more expensive one, but thank you. I will be the voice actor of Llama RPG for the Llama Barb.
Good day.
So, a lot of people say it sounds exactly like a Llama Barb would sound.
Good day.
Trash, trash.
Greetings.
Yeah, man. No music.
Good day.
No music. Shopping music gets copyright trolled now, so unfortunately, music is dead to us. What I could possibly do in some capacity in the future, if I could figure out how to do it, is create another audio source, put the shopping music specifically on that audio source, and then don't have, you know, OBS capture. Well, but I export from Twitch, and Twitch still would. So I would need OBS to not capture it, and then not export from Twitch, but I'd have to go cut everything out of my OBS VODs and then upload from there. Should be annoying. Yeah. I gotta learn more about OBS. Honestly, I do a very simplified version of all of it. OBS VODs take so much space. They do. Can't you just use DRM free music? It is. Here's the problem. On YouTube, anybody can go in and say, I made this music, this is my music. So you can upload music and then say, this is mine, go copyright strike other people, and then you can strike other people. Now, YouTube then puts the onus on the people that get struck to prove every single time that the music is okay to be used. But then they don't go back and fight the people who then keep copyright striking and like remove their accounts or privileges or anything like that.
Moo.
Is this
So-
applicable for shopping music?
What happens is I find copyright free song, I upload it, I claim it as my own, and then I go to every other, or I have YouTube's automated system go and, you know, spam, hey, this is copyright, you're going to lose monetization, blah, 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 on everybody's videos. And then they have to literally go through and put in 170. That's maybe a bit much. And put in, hey, this is actually copyright free. And you can't just say that. You have to be like, here's proof. The song was released in 1929. It's part of the public library. It's blah, 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 blah. You have to like go through and prove the whole thing. And then YouTube will send it back to them to respond. And because they don't actually have any claim, if you respond with the whole proof, then they will just let it go. And YouTube says, okay, you can continue using this music copyright free. But again, that person doesn't get dinged or punished. So they literally just like they just do it again. If I upload that same exact song in another video right afterwards, it does the same thing. It says, hey, this video just got copyright strike from this person. And then I have to go to that exact same person and send the exact same full proof to YouTube, and it'll do the same process. And it's so tedious and annoying. Yeah. And again, they don't actually address the real issue, which is them. That like the person claiming. It's like if your stuff gets proven that it's not yours, then you should have it. You should lose the privileges, but they don't. They just get to keep using it, and so that's how it goes. So nobody cares to do anything. It's a terrible system, and I'm sure potentially maybe eventually YouTube, you know, does go and remove it or whatever, but then they just put up another channel and do the exact same thing. So it doesn't, like, nothing actually comes of it in any consequence to them. And it's like illegal to do that, but all of these accounts are over in India and, you know, wherever, right? Just overseas, where legally they don't have any, like, you know, they're not going to go find some person over in the middle of India to charge them with anything. And yeah. So it's just very dumb. 150,000. All right, whatever. I guess we're gonna buy it for 150.
Hello.
It's just very, very dumb. But that is where it is at. So, do I want to continually fight the trolls over and over and over again? No, every single time. And it's like not even remotely convincing in any good way. By that, I mean, it's not like they have the music uploaded in a, you know, good way and blah, blah. It'll literally be, because it shows you the video, it'll be like, this is the video of the person that they're claiming is their song. And it'll be some, like, dude in Indonesia sitting there with a fan blowing and, like, 25 songs playing at the same time. Just, like, 25 different, like, copyright-free songs just playing over each other. And he'll just be sitting there and, like, looking at his phone or whatever while they all play. And that's it. That's the video that he uses to claim everything. And that YouTube says, yep, this is good. So, it's a terrible system. It's literally just a joke. Swarming with tickets. Yeah. Oh God.
I can't hear you.
So, anyways, that is why I just +1 pally skills is fun. I just leave it alone. Oh, right, yeah, I'm in here. Open BattleNet was always so ridiculous. I loved the white armor. The just like crazy white glowing armor that had 50,000 jewels on it, like spammed all over it, not even properly in sockets. That was the good stuff. Kids these days really missed out. I know. That was the good stuff right there, baby. Yeah, and they'd come into games and drop the gear and stuff, and it was amazing, because as a child I couldn't... You know, I would use like basic hero editor, but I couldn't figure out how to do any of the like real crazy hacking that they would do on gear. So my gear was always like, oh, it gives 200 to fireball, you know, whatever, right? Like, I thought my character was so cool, but they would have like literally these negative health value infinite things, and so it was so funny. Boop, boop, boop. go back. Those were the good old days. So the problem is, you know, you could do tabs, but I don't think tabs are nearly as good or fun if you were to do it for the rainbow. So for Rainbow Sorceress, you do tabs, right? We do one difficulty your cold, one difficulty your fire, one difficulty your lightning. But it just doesn't work on, like, you know, one difficulty your combat skills, one difficulty your just offensive auras, one difficulty your defensive auras, like.
Good to see you.
You had a weapon that would summon a Diablo revive. Oh yeah. Everybody summoned a Diablo back in the day. Sure. Everybody had something that summoned Diablo. It was great. Just have all of the, like, bosses wandering around in the
Impossible.
Act 1, you know, Bloodmore or whatever. It really was just like the silliest fun. Because that was the thing. Nobody really, like, it wasn't serious, you know. Just another place to goof off in Diablo and have a good time and meet people and stuff. Today we're running the Rainbow Paladin. That's gonna be the chest, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's gross. Probably down on bottom then. It was just a play place. Exactly. Bring back play places in games. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
You have done. Greetings.
Ooh, 25 is. Kind of sad D2's still the best in the series. I mean, it is what it is, you know. That's why I just continue to play D2. Just because something is newer does not mean it's better, is always my thought. So. You know, I play what I enjoy. People always come in, you know, they're like, why don't you play Diablo 4? Diablo 2 is old, Diablo 4 is new. Well, that... Why does that make it better? Literally does not at all. Oh my god.
I can't.
Never did Serena? We'll go do that after. No speedrun today though? No speedrunning for today's. My aunt is in town. So we could have done like a little speedrunning, but figure let's
The temple shall
have
shine
some fun
anew
here.
with the light.
Do Rainbow Paladin, and then we'll speedrun some more later in the week anyway, so it's not like we're not going to speedrun. Ooh, 13 life, 5 mana. And 21 fire res. Does my aunt not like speedrunning? Yeah, she requested I don't speedrun while she's in town. No, I don't need my small shield. No, I just I'm gonna be getting off a little earlier to go and hang out a little bit and stuff, so I feel like for speedrun streams, you want to have a little bit more time. You need to kind of like have enough time to get into the flow of the run and, you know, give yourself room to have a couple resets and stuff. Like yesterday we got the world record, but it was at, you know, 6 hours and change or whatever into the run. Like,
Good day.
I can't carry it. The Lord of Hatred shall darken the world no longer.
definitely feels like it hurts it, huh, Shaz?
What do you need?
Every game needing a battle pass and all the microtransactions and continuous sources of revenue like that. Just makes the game too icky, I feel like. I think it just shows where the focus really lies, and that becomes the bigger issue. And it's not to say back in the day they didn't want to make money. I mean, I do think there was more passion involved in the devs anyways and stuff. But it's that back in the day to make money, the game had to be good to sell a lot of copies. Because that was it, right? You like sold the game. And then if you wanted to sell expansions, well, you sold the game. Is the game good? If yes, maybe you could sell expansion. If no, you'll sell less expansions. So there was a lot put on, you know, that piece of it. Whereas nowadays, the game doesn't have to be good to sell a lot of copies, really, honestly. Where the heck? Right there? No. Where is this? But then additionally, it's like your focus is just getting the few whales in the game to dump all their money. So it's, okay, make skins that look cool, make the, you know, like their focus just goes on the people that are going to put in thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Dude, I have literally no clue where this exit is supposed to be. Up and around here? No, that's... Oh, it's down there. tiny little space. Annoying. People now have more money than brains. Yeah. No, it's, again, the idea is your focus goes to the people with money and extracting as much as possible from the people with money, which is less than trying to get a bunch of people, you know. That's why all these games can go free to play, because, you know, it's like, whatever. We don't need game sales. Game sales are pointless. It's all about the microtransactions. So if the game sales are pointless, then that becomes way less of an issue of needing to make a game really good for everybody playing it. No, you just need to do whatever it takes to get the whales to spend a lot of money. A lot of times that's just making things look pretty or letting them buy power.
Greetings.
I mean, again, remember, Blizzard, or now Microsoft, whatever, has so many different games, right? They've got all the Diablos, they've got World of Warcraft, they've got all this stuff. They have Call of Duty, I think, right? And their most successful game is Candy Crush. The game that prints the most money for them. So as a company, you go, oh, we don't need to make good games. We just need to make games that are addicting enough and people can dump their life savings into. So whenever you're thinking about why are they doing XYZ? Oh, I'm players 8. Oops. Just remember, Candy Crush is their most profitable game, and it's free to play, and it's trash, and just a dumb mobile game. Who owns Candy Crush? Microsoft now, after the acquisition. Because it was owned by King, and then Blizzard bought King, and so it was the most successful game there. And Activision bought Blizzard, and then Microsoft bought, or I guess Activision bought King, whatever, and then Microsoft now bought that. So, it's amazing. Oh wait, players 1. Hell is the worst rune from the Hellforge. The reason it's the worst rune is not just because it's a troll rune that like you don't really care about. The reason it's the worst rune is because it's also worth like 200 gold or something. If you get at least like an Io rune or something, you can get, you know, 20 grand for it. Candy Crush isn't trash. Saying it's not your cup of tea. Saying otherwise doesn't make you cool or wise. There's no way Halrune sells for $5,000. Either way, it sells for less than it should. It's definitely less though. I'm pretty certain it's worth like hundreds. But we can look. If you love Candy Crush and it brings you joy, all power to ya. You go crush your candy all you want. But when I say trash,
Moo.
Missed the start due to board game evening. How has it been so far? Also, happy 81st.
you know, it's a game that preys on the addictive tendencies of people to exploit their wallets. Oh jeez. Which to me goes into the trash pile. It's also a game that I don't think, you know, it's kind of like a piece of art, right? Some pieces of art are like, oh look, it's a red dot. You know, it's a lot of modern art. And they're like, oh, it's a banana taped to the wall. It's like, you don't get it. And it's like, well, sure, I don't. But I also still think it is trash regardless. It's gonna be hard to convince me that it's not. Hi, Maregi. They're going well. Start was kind of funny, but... So, like, yes, you can enjoy it. Yes, there can, you know, this, but, like...
I can't carry anymore.
And I mean, look, I've played some trash mobile games, too. And enjoyed myself for a little bit on them. I still think they're trash.
Hail to you, champion.
Like, regardless, I still think... Kind of want to keep the Saigons.
What do you need?
Good to see you.
Sure, modern art can have critique of what is the meaning of art and things like that. I still think if you duct tape a banana to the wall and sell it, it's just dumb. Even if the message is that this is dumb, I still think it's dumb. If I could do your art, then it's dumb. Yeah, plus there is a lot of like tax evasion BS anyways going on within the modern art world as well, so like let's not pretend like it's not full of its own stuff, but yeah, if I could go and do your art, especially in 20 seconds, duct taping a banana to a wall, and it's trash art, even if it has whatever meaning. I'm not debating the meaning. I'm debating the art, and the art is trash. Oblivion remake. Good fun.
Harrogath is free of your kind, demon.
That's ridiculous big. Based on the fact many people in the chat pay good money to see you eat an onion, I think you're a performance artist. Yeah, and it's trash. And people should stop making me eat onions. It's a trash way to trash art. Prefer habanero? God, no. But both are trash.
May the Black Book deliver us from evil.
Wait. I never got my potion. I don't even know what Pepper X is, but I feel like I should avoid it. Fun rainbow run today. Hottest pepper in the world. Yeah, I'll pass on that. Bro, the habanero makes me sweat and cry and hurt. I don't need no Pepper X. Nor Carolina Reaper. Llama RPG update. We have pushed through the important bug fixes with the latest patch. So all of those bugs should be fixed now. And we are starting private testing, which means we should soon be able to get the next alpha.
I can't anymore.
You had a Mississippi steamer one time? That's brutal. Was up for days. Rough. Just talk to Warren, huh? So, !Llama RPG or RPG Discord to get in that Discord. We'll be announcing very soon our next alpha. And if the alpha is successful, maybe we will introduce the Patreon for it. For the game. If the alpha is not good enough, then I'll wait till the alpha's better. We have rainbow runs in Llama RPG. You could probably do that. No thanks, Shaz. I will pass. I don't believe there's any hot peppers in Llama RPG currently. But cooking will be in the game, so you can probably grow peppers, so habaneros will probably be in the game later.
Not enough mana.
Will Llama RPG get DLC in the future if it's successful?
What if Llama RPG makes you so rich that you don't have to play D2 anymore?
I mean, I play D2 because I love D2, so. It is also my job, though. That is a fair point.
I can't.
There will not be MTX or battle passes in the game, sorry.
Good afternoon.
Died. Oh, God. Sorry. My throat. Yeah. Sorry. If you want to wear a cool skin, you'll have to craft it or trade for it.
I can't carry anymore.
RMT will not be in the game.
I can't carry.
Sorry. But yeah, if the game doesn't have to be wildly successful for me to do like DLC for it. If the game is like mildly successful, I'll do DLC for it as well.
I am burdened.
Like, it's a little different, Fran. It's 3 different builds. So, but yes, I will add a new act. I will add in, there will be different features that chat can essentially, you know, aim for, quest, whatever.
Burdened.
But that'll be how the game, or just what I'll be aiming for with all that. So, you know, even if we can have like 500 people that play the game, I feel like that's a pretty successful. That'd be worth doing a little more. Like consistently, you know.
Hello.
Now, if there's only like 10 people that play the game and, you know, it only sells like 50 copies or something, 500 copies overall, it might be hard to justify more because, well, I've put a lot of money into it. I don't think I'm going to make all the money back. Breaking even would be an amazing, like, place to be, but even that seems pretty
Wow,
hard.
this Steam is so much better with sound. Remember your Prime subs, people.
Not everybody gets Prime, but thank you, Jay-Wit.
Lord of destruction.
Reiki with the 50.
So great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes in turretonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides society's terrified mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die.
I will be very disappointed if DLC for Llama RPG is not an acronym for downloadable llama content.
I thought that's what DLC just stood for in general.
You could always try a business model where the game is free to play, but it costs you $100 to close or minimize the game.
Oh, that's a good idea. That doesn't sound terrible at all. Is this song striked on YouTube by scammers? It is not. They have not stolen my song yet. That'll do it, Smurdy. That will do it. When I was a kid and I'd go to the beach and then I'd swim in the water, but I'd actually drink too much of the ocean and then I'd puke, it would always be like weird colors.
I see people complain a lot about how games are monetized,
purple.
but as a game dev, I also see a lot of entitled angry man children who feel they are entitled to cheap entertainment.
Probably just
And
like
those
hate
people are
Skittles or
loud and
something, fire.
numerous.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of... It definitely goes both ways. I mean, video games are, for a hobby, video games are insanely cheap for the value that you get. Right? Think about how much so many hobbies actually cost. And then how much you spend, you know, with video games. Yeah. Like hockey. If I want to go play hockey, it costs me, well, as a goalie, it's not as bad, though I do have to pay for all the pads and everything. But if I want to go and play as a player, it's like 20, 30 bucks every time I want to go out for an hour. If I want to go play golf, if I want to go practice golf, just go to the driving range and hit balls. If I want to, like... There's so many hobbies that are really expensive. And honestly, gaming is one of the cheapest. Board games, video games, like you can get a lot of value because they're very easily replayable and everything like that. You know, if I want to play the same golf course again, I have to pay for it again, like, every single time. So it's extremely cheap, but people have grown accustomed to it, and so yeah, now you get, you know, a game that has all this dev and all this work and all this whatever, but people are still like, it should be free. I should pay so little. And, you know, like, I'm releasing Llama RPG for $9.99, which is way cheaper than it actually should cost. That game should be probably minimum $24.99 for the amount of content and everything that is in it and the amount of work and whatever. But I'm also doing it not with the goal of like making a ton of money or making any money. You know, I'm releasing this game and setting it cheap because I want more people to be able to buy it to enjoy it because it's not about money. Now, if I didn't have another alternate source and this was my job and whatever things, that'd be a price that I could release it, but I'd still probably like struggle to break even on it and all these things. Like, it'd be really difficult. And so, you know, the amount of time, effort, work, everything that goes into it, and the amount of hours that you should be able to get from it based on everything I'm doing with it and whatever. Compare it to many other hobbies and it should sell for way, way, way more. 10x. Exactly this.
How does Moo feel about you saying it's not about the money? Smile.
I mean, I'm sure she would like to recoup some of the costs, but when we initially agreed upon me making the game and going into it and everything, it was with the understanding that it probably wasn't going to make money, but it was a bucket list thing I always wanted and something I wanted to do with, you know. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh, Jesus. It's true, Doctor. That's painful. This got caught in like a weird spot. Exactly, Commander.
The summit, the barbarian holy ground.
I have not played Eastern Sun. Wait, Eastern Sun resurrected? They resurrected that mod? No way. Thanks, Steve.
Steve R became a member. Steve R celebrates 1 month of membership. Mugirl supporting you in following your dreams. Hashtag Lamap.
I mean, it's kind of like also when I made my raps. My raps weren't made to make any money. They were made to, you know, and the amount of hours and work and everything I put into them will never be. But I did it because I wanted to do that. That sounded really fun. And I wanted also to, you know, so everybody could have it as well as a fun thing, you know. Okay, obviously, it's not obvious.
Not in town.
Over here. No. Unfortunate. If I wanted to make money, I'd be striking myself on YouTube. Truth. Looking forward to some long RPG reps in the future. We'll definitely have to have one. definitely will need to have one of them somewhere. Thank you, Pat. Don't really think about it, right? This is true, Heaven. Unfortunately, all I stream is Diablo 2, so my game's cost is nothing really. Pacifist hell would be funny. I was gonna go foe through hell, but you could convince me to do thorns. Maybe not full pacifist, but you know, thorns plus, I don't know, conversion or something. What aura do you even run with conversion?
Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption.
Jeez, Pogo, 25 shifted. Thank you so much. What a champ. Yeah, our sub count took a hit. So I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Man, Lister and gang are tanky. Whew. Your grandson's second birthday? Oh, that's sweet. We just had our baby's second birthday. So sweet having all her little friends running all around. And what's crazy is there were probably 50 people here for baby Lilith's second birthday party. Nice, Saurus. And
You shall no longer taint this mortal realm.
she spent the majority of the time just playing in the ice bucket by herself. All the other kids were like playing in the other room on the balance beam, jumping on the little trampoline, throwing the ball back and forth. Baby Lilith was in the kitchen just playing in the ice bucket and eating the ice. I was like, look, girl, it technically is your party and you can do what you want to, but you're making me sad. Please go play with the kids. She did not. She was like, I'm good. Thank you. I've got my bucket. It's kind of nice. 40 IAS, 73 ED. Not shabby at all. Alright. Put that away. Part normal is done. We have ended at level 36 right here. Let's just go to 37 really fast so we can just have 20 hammer for fun. Then we'll do a gear review and all those things. Yeah, it was a pretty, like, learn from dad. Dude, Moo Girl was saying the same thing. She's like, oh my god, you're just like your father. Everybody at the party all playing together and then us just playing alone in the corner. Which is, I mean, to be fair, when I used to go to parties, I would just go, like, play Guitar Hero in a room by myself while everybody else was partying. So I guess I technically did the exact same thing.
I am overburdened.
It's fair. She's great at playing alone. I have no problem with her playing alone.
Hello.
I just want her to also maybe play with the other children a little bit, like at her birthday party or something. But again, it's your birthday. You can do what you want. Yeah, I guess we can do Radamant. We'll do all the little thingies. Doesn't sound sad at all. Wait, me or her? There's nothing sad about somebody having Guitar Hero and you going and jamming for a while the party rage is on. Honestly, I don't understand why more people aren't in there playing Guitar Hero with me. Doesn't make sense. Oh no. No. Was it because I locked the door? No, the door would remain unlocked. Anybody was welcome to join. I would close the door, obviously, because I didn't want the, like, outside noise. You know, when you're playing Guitar Hero, you have to, like, listen to the music and stuff. But it wasn't locked. Right, binary. Anyways, let's take a look. Level 37, resistance is looking pretty solid right there. 75, 94. Pretty good. Mostly vitality. We had a little bit of energy and then a little bit of strength just for some basic gear. Oh, I never did get to 55 strength for the +1, did I? Oh well. Maxed hammers. Starting out was a little rough. We basically leveled to 18 on a level 2 Holy Bolt. Which now that I think about it, I'm like, why didn't I just go get a scepter with Holy Bolt on it as well? That would have been smart. Literally, as soon as I look at it now, I'm like, oh, go put Holy Bolt in. Yeah, that would have helped. I could have had like a level 3 or 4 Holy Bolt. Whatever. So we leveled to 18 on a level 2 Holy Bolt, which was, you know, a little slow, but fine enough. And then we used Blessed Aim, Concentration. You know, once we had 18, we just started jamming on hammers.